Yo, how we doing, guys? Alex here from Elite Football Conditioning, and today I'm just recording a quick video to give you a bit of detail on how to structure a gym session in the season. So you're going through a fairly busy playing schedule. You've got lots of training sessions on field. You're going to be working hard on recovering from one session to another and one game to another. So gym work, and this is always the case where athletes and footballers and the gym work takes a back seat through the season. Now, some of the best athletes I'm working with, the results that they're getting are through the roof because they're doing the work, training hard the day after a game as well. So there is a way to do it. It can be done. But for those of you who do have limited time and you might only be able to get one, maybe two gym sessions in a week, here is a perfect structure for you. So I would always recommend, number one, warm up. Get some CV working, get the heart rate up, get the blood flowing, get the muscles warmed, get yourself primed and ready. Then following on to that, I would add in, make sure you are stretching, make sure you're doing your foam rolling as well. I know there are some coaches out there who are serious advocates and like to brag about the fact that their athletes aren't foam rolling, but quite frankly, that's like saying we'll never go and get a sports massage because everything's already taken care of. Well, unfortunately, sport places demands on the body that you can't always counteract purely by doing gym work and exercising. So do your soft tissue work, do your mobilizations, then make sure you're actually priming yourself for the work ahead. So that might be going through some activation movement patterns, lunging, squatting, hitting a few core holds, bracing, planking. I've recorded a video on this previously about things that you can do to limit and mediate lower back pain. Go and do those things to begin with. Spend 10, 15, even 20 minutes doing that to help you get the most out of the rest of your session. Then going into block number one, and this is where a lot of people will start to make mistakes. Block number one of the main work, you're going to work on a power exercise. So this might be, it might be box jumps, it might be a weighted jump, it might be a slightly lighter weight back squat where you're going to aim to really drive out and move the weight fast. You can also include some slams. You can include Olympic lifting as well if you are skilled in that area and you are competent enough to get some benefit from it. Mainly looking at moving quickly. You could even include some sprints in this. So a 10, 15, 20 meter, maybe even a 30 meter sprint. And this is where you're going to be looking at working for 3 to 5 sets. And I would say 1 to 5 reps. Again, that 1 to 5, heavily dependent on the exercise. Maybe pick 1 rep if you are doing a sprint and then you want a big recovery in between, so you move on to your next set, and then it's almost just individual reps in that scenario. Similar with your Olympic weightlifting as well. So you want to make sure that quality is high. That has to be through the roof. Quality is a priority on that power work. Everything has to be smooth, slick, and if you have got the space to do it, working your sprints, that's a great opportunity to get some more sport specific joint positioning in place for changing direction. You don't always have to set off in a straight line. You might do a bit of a curved run, you might set off from a 90-degree angle, maybe even set off from a kneeling position. So many variations for it, but basically focus on moving fast. Block number 2, and again, where we cause loads of problems by overdoing it and accumulating too many reps. Your strength work, we're going to keep it heavy and intense, and we're going to do less of it. So 3 to 5 sets, 3 to 6 reps. Again, I'm giving you slightly more. I don't want anyone 1 rep maxing because that's where quality and form can drop out. Ego might come into it a bit. You might start challenging yourself with an overly heavy weight. Again, we're working on form, positioning. We're always drilling technique and positioning in anything we do with this. So that takes priority, and you want to be moving heavy. So this is massively different to if you said, I'm just going to go light and I'm going to do 3 sets of 10, 15, maybe even 20 reps. Simply doing 20 reps is going to be more fatiguing because in that 1 set, you've already accumulated more than you would have done if you'd have done 3 sets of 6. So those repetitions at the end of the day are going to be the bits that are going to kill you off, cause more muscle damage, and make it more difficult to recover from. So think more quality, higher load, higher intensity for more strength benefit, because that's what's going to massively help you in terms of your speed, your acceleration on the pitch. And dial down the reps. So 3 to 5 sets, 3 to 6 reps. And again, with these exercises, obviously, if you are a field sport athlete or a footballer, if you're watching this and you play rugby or hockey or something like that, a lot of your power, a lot of your work is going to be coming from the legs. So prioritize your squat or deadlift variations. Doesn't really matter which one you pick. You can pick whichever, if you feel particularly comfortable with a front squat or a back squat or a deadlift or a sumo deadlift. I really don't care at this point what exercise you are choosing. Just go heavy and work hard on that. Don't overload yourself with reps. Number 3, block number 3, we are looking at accessory work. So this is where we're going to pick, I'm going to limit you no more than 2 exercises. 1 to 2 exercises working 2 to 3 sets of 7 to 12 reps. Loads of numbers thrown at you there. So 2 to 3 sets, 7 to 12 reps of no more than 2 exercises. Now, in this section, we want to be working on areas that are slightly weaker, might need strengthening. You might be thinking more prehabilitation style exercises to prevent injuries. So we are going to be looking at areas like the hamstrings, which are going to be crucial for, again, sprinting, acceleration, deceleration, chopping, changing direction. So I would suggest get some form of hamstring work in there, whether it's a Nordic, a prone hamstring curl, even RDLs, something. Pick one of those exercises. And then for pure sanity, I would also add in some upper body work, whether that's chin-ups, a dumbbell bench press, maybe something that you just enjoy doing that just takes your mind off having to suffer in the gym from training all the time. So one hamstring exercise, and then go and hit yourself with a little bit of upper body work and something that you enjoy. Then number 4, your core section. So this is where, again, we want to keep this fairly simple. We've got loads of different core patterns and ways that we can work this. We can do flexion and extension exercises. We can be hanging from a bar and doing knee raises, leg raises, that kind of stuff. Placing heavy demands on our core subsystems. I would simply say either a heavy carry, your planks, working a rotational pattern where you are generating rotation. It could either be twisting and pulling a cable out, it could be Russian twists, and then also you've got the option of doing some form of anti-rotation work where you could just be performing a pull-off press. It's up to you. I would suggest varying those from week to week, and making sure you are able to brace, hold yourself steady. If you're practicing heavy carries, you might have a weight either side. You could go single arm, you can go overhead. 1,000,001 different ways to do it. Work till you feel like you've got a good bit of benefit from it. So again, 2 to 3 sets, and it completely depends on the exercise that you're performing in terms of either time or reps, whatever it is. Make it suck a little bit, make it hurt a little bit. Don't completely floor yourself with it, but most of the time your core is going to recover from whatever you do there anyway. So you just don't want to leave yourself incapacitated to the point where you can't sit up anymore. Number 5, this is the last one, and this is going to link into my next video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. This is going to be your conditioning section. This is very, very simply as required. This isn't anything I would force upon someone mid-season. You're all going to feel different at different parts, and again, depending on the position you play, it's completely up to you what you do. I would suggest if you've got a very busy schedule and you're trying to fit stuff in, if you want aerobic work that isn't going to smash your joints and cripple you and leave you feeling like you can't run the next day, and again, depending on what skill level you're at, swimming is always a very, very good one. Cycling, even using a rowing machine, taking the impact from the legs out of it. Running isn't always the answer. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to pick a conditioning exercise. If you want to go on a simple circuit, put something together that you're going to get a bit of you're going to get your heart rate up. And again, I'm not too worried about the times that you're working for. I would suggest though, for in season, keep your conditioning fairly short. Don't go on sort of like a 5k, 10k run, especially at the end of a training session like this. You will be more suited to some form of intervals or sprint work at the end of this. So 15 to 30 seconds working hard as nails, like working your nuts off, and then rest, recover, then go again. That's probably going to be the most sufficient way to work yourself. That is slightly different to what you will be doing in your on-field training sessions. So that is the perfect gym routine for in-season football training. That's what I'm going to go with. That's what is working. So make sure you do your warm-up. Then you've got your 5 sections. You've got your power work, strength, then accessory, core, and conditioning to go through. Keep your sessions short, 45 minutes to an hour. Get yourself out of the gym. Get back to your recovery. Look after yourself and make sure you're able to perform well the very next session or the very next game. As usual, if you have a question like that, like what is the perfect or ideal gym training session I should be doing in season, send it through to me. I'll record a little video like this and I will post it up and make sure that you get the information that you need. Other than that, get to work, enjoy yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Take care, guys.